Before we get started, here's a little something our lawyers insisted we share with you. The thoughts and words and stories of our guests belong solely to them. If you decide to act on anything you hear about today, unless it benefits our guests, or us, or both, please leave us out of it. With that covered, let's jump into the world of how did I get here.
Oka say eya we juma omutumi yawo emane yawo ya obi aye o ma wa react da
anakura de mi wo kuma obi timi ya misa na me de me pan na abon obi wa ha obe yawo say o maami sa de no eye mi ya papa enye mi maami na esum se mi be ye ka ya juma no mi na mi pe na mi be ya no ba obi wa ha oni ne be kape o se o maami we ya me maami de me fanchao mi chi bibi akura me de bebo because me maami no onu na owu me na mi ti onu nti ade na me na mi pe asam no nti yi ya me.
Hello.
Hi.
Udin the same.
Mama
Rukaya, you're welcome. Mpaucho, my introduction kakra about Rukaya.
Mendende Rukaya. My friend of Wale, me a man pressing. Na me ba nkran be juma kakara. I we JSS. Afi na me ko SS. Ti minisika na me be juma kakara e school. Ti dem ti me ba nti.
Nti oba akra se obepesika aku school. Na o maame na o papa e wan.
Me nyina afere. Ti me wa me brothers mo. To obi ba ko e tailor. Na ba ko e driver. Na ba ko e fisherman. There omu do. One of my sister is a nurse. Na me sister back no so ye kai ejuma no. Tin China me wo hono.
Kose na we dia he na o maame na o papa efrem.
Manya 23 years. Ansana me maame fem na. Maame 7 months na me papa so afrem.
Na wo wale no na oho e hot say nkran setena eye hot ana.
Me nyina na me papa ne me maame wo hono de. Me feel bibia hot. Nti omu nyina na me maame me papa edo. Na me maame so ya ensha bata dwuma no. Nti enu na eye kakara. Na me oma me sister ba ko no ko school sa awie nursing school no. Na ba ko so ko driving school no. Nti me one of the na bibia ha me.
Last born dear obi enim se etrimode en yede tete won. Nti na o maame na I'm sure se ojeje wo so pa wo.
Oh, me maame ko ya ne de. Aye di mame. Masun sa na me maame nua. Me sister penyene. Aka kira me se me njai. Ta me maame ne okura obehwe me. Ono so oye penyon kura obo ababa. Ti want me ya bibia yisika ma me se me sa kwa school. Nti okoye de. Me ni easy.
And the ofrim no one fan easy cry.
Me maame koye de. Me se mendi. Mindi bibia me ti hoisu. Na omwa kasasa na sa unim se ya Muslim de. Omuti me kope malam ba. Na wa oye o azu kakara sa na bibia yi otimu na wa ye free. Nti sa na omo ya sa na mitimi pie akọ me dan fofo mu chen sa na ma ye free. By sel mitina mi kwande. Yatimiti wana me dan fofo na omo ma me free omo. Onwe ye one crano tena fa ko man ko basa nti omo frame de na esa ba mi ti se nda me maame wo obe frame by oni ho nti mi ti wana sa asam ne ba de me feel normal by obi kasa ne ban na mi ti mi sun kakara
wo ni anoma watwe eya omo frɛ omo tuufo omo no kasa omo shaw crying omo wo fele te se enya nkwa na wo wiase mana
ai ebra penye no no na fish do man so ade achi a obe frame ohun ye na mi se ai jai juma na awukwaye no na school no ti da bia omo ma me advice se min jai juma no na min school embo ami nti omo kan we na me feel se me wanipa wa wiase ana me wo obi a odo me wa wiase
a good set obra penny a frau etufu nti school no nya obekọ de
me buy no me nya ne easy nti obetima adro a month na wonye sika because 22 series na 55 series no obi mu wa on pese o tua utimi sua ne man na we no ufa o say ka obia o ti say wonya nipa obeya o han mufi say
luka ya mamenya straight kakra obi ka kire so ho fi na onye nipa me pese o kai se me ka kire o se oyi obi de hye na abrabonti na waba akra na wo be juma because bibi eda we ne so na ejuma nti na wo ye de wo ye nti mema nim bu wa be mu da wate mema nim bu wa be mu da eya ote hwa eya o ya kakra minim because me kra meta ha no eya me ya
because me sore anapembe jale time do say ya kwaya sore a me kwaya me hu fine me dimizala bia sha kwaya sore nti are na me hu say me ya me hu neat na me saka o si me hu fi kaya nti na waya sano by on hu say me sua pan ya me hu kan kura on ti me yiya me by odi pan ni sua on hu say wonya nipa ana kwam ti na wo be sano henti enti na me pese mi jai kaya no juma na mi sako school
oye nipa pa men fio na oni anom na oni omo ekasa no oma ka kire so mbe boa na wona wa ku school na
because omo na omo fe me nuanu na okoya no nti omo si me fe me nuanu se na omo force ehwe no nti me so me piese mbe ko school no omo be fe me
na abrabot saying uko school up to GSS no na o classmate oni omo wi GSS no so oti omo nka de
see I'm a classmate no see our fire service na obimu ye when obimu ko school because my JSS 2015 the time ma mi we na me ma me no okoye mi choro no manya 30 pass no mo amma me yo hono school SSB nti me koye no me wa kwala me time ma me report school na me ye kwa assembly time na me bofom ti omo de me kwa hospital na omo se me nyim na me kwa fie na masses na se membra na me feli time ma me nyim na me feli na me jai school ti me jai school na akwala na nyime na misa ko techima ejoin school bi nti ho na me ko SS
time na utwahwe ko hospital na o maame wo ho dia
that time na
o maame na ne reaction at saying
me maame wo ho dia obi kasakura na eya ne ya o se obi a ban yesa tim onunja kasanti me maame wo no wa fa me pa me ko me boy na fie onu na efa me saa na me woye nti akwala na wo oye 7 years na onantie na me maame si me ko school 7 months na onanti na omo se me ko school na ba me fairly me ko hu me classmate na omo ye bibi na me fairly ntina me jai sa time no nti akwala ni nye 1 year na me maame no oyale nti oyale na me sister penye no di no ko ye ho na Lyrical Hospital nti oho na omo sa na me maame ni fere me na nti okoye nti na me hu se me na me dwene se mami sanko school no because the oye no okoye no emboa me na me sa dwene se me be ko school nti me di resource no ko techima no amo se me be join from 2 no bet 30 million nti me bank na me nya sika no akọ 20 omo kacha me kan me brothers ne obiasa me na me be ya kaya juma no akọ 2 school fees no nti oho na me koya na omo makwan na me saba
obani di 1 year na omame efremo sana one we busiafo asetena so ete
ayensa first me mama wo de no owo be ba kasa oho me mama kura on kasa by okoye no mitimi kwache kachira me papa penye phone say me pese me nko school no me say me nko boy no ho na odi me ko school na me me koye na boy no so no ko school onu yes school boy nti me brana o watama no si boy ni jai school ti time ma me start school ne na ono so akọ school nti na me papa ni say me na me de me ho akwama no nti on jai school wonko ti me pe school ya me so metima ko nti me papa nso wo ho na omo ye bibi nti ono so koye na me hu say me nko school ya me nya life is na me ko school
obana sisi a wedi sen
7 years
7 years why are there say na odi ahwe akola no
sa juma na me maame ye no ye shabete juma no ntu woko ye na me maame penyen na ejiye nti oye a market days na me di shabata na ko market me ko chine na me ba na wa mama sika na me di he akola ni kakara nti akola ni nye 1-2 years na papa na abegye no mu wasinja nti akola no papa na agye again
wa utumefe akola no ho ti ho kakra cherme
satam na akola no wa me ho no mitimi beto atare na mato ne de mitimi hye white say mitimi hye me dan fofo tira mitimi nko ho because me nya neat that time na me nya neat kura na akola no mitimi hwe no na me yema ahyehye because me nifi na me ko hu na akola no nti akola no je me hu me na eye me yepa my face pa ni easy
aya wote akola nka
ai da bia me ne kasa
okay yam brand crying one or bank crying na say oni obi ne bank crying
me dan for be na meti wana osi meti wana se a me ma penyen no oni ahondem bio nti me di ni chi na bank crying say ebe na me si yo member nti ono na odi ni sika adi mi bank crying nti ya ba ya na odi mi koma agye bi na ye juma ye ton wache nti na otua me a day 15 series na me ya pon na me da bebe aban nti me da hosa na okoba ye na osi bebe a me da no enya me bra no on top an mama na me ya juma na kakara eyensu na me kwaye obi juma na me sisa osi na me family na me ade ni chako bebe a omoda no na ye chaos yɛtua a week 10 cedis na nti me di ne chi aba no na odi me kɔhyɛ baabi a ɔmoda na ɔtɔpan ama me nti me ba market no manya store bi na me kɔtena n'anim yɛsɔre a na ma paake akɔ obi bɛtɔ nneɛma na ma afa nti hɔ na me yasa na me hu sɛ kaya adwuma na ɛyɛ kakra kyɛn because me wa agyen ne kyɛn yɛsɔre anapa 4 nti ɛbɛyɛ adwuma saa na ɛbɔ anadwo 10 ana 11 na yɛkɔda nti na megyae hɔ na mebɛyɛ kaya adwuma.
Many a time say ebimu free cheba nkran a de omo ne omo tena no ya no mo ha omo kakra hagya na one ne tena ya no wan ha
ofa me ti say ne ba ti me ba ya na me ni makura one na okoto force na masre dress no na my afi say me fam bo me ti nti me wo sa na ne ba ko ebe ya ifro nti ono so yeslim ono na esisa ne nema ne nyina ade ama me na otofo ne kito an say minji me to a me de me be friend me brothers no say on we nti eje ne say me won de me ni problem bia be a me beda no na dem ne ya ba ko no kunu na akwala 3 na won nti enu nti na me da abonti no by only problem bia mbedi na majuale aya bibia ti oho de me ni problem bia abontin dante na meja edwuma no akome danfo no ho
nyame nhira hagya yi Ghana wa regions bebre adinti na uchusu enkran
na menim bibia meeting of no me frekada nti onu na me danfo no na eba no say yakwa enkran uye adwuma ubenye sika nti onu na odi me bae
the life of a kayayo ubetumi eti ho kakra akyerɛn usɔre anopa
usɔre anapa ya ubɛyɛ asɔre first na ukɔdwo aleba nti udwo aleba na wa change wonema na uba market bebe ame uti unkwan de ya ni problem bia because ya de dem ne 5 girls unkwan na ekɔ pe kios nipa 5 na edo nti usɔre ya nyina ya muslim fo nti ya wo dogomba chief free nti masalachi wo usɔre ya na oho na ukɔya asɔre ansa na ube ukɔdwale ansa na ukɔ market
oka se eya wo ye dwuma omutumi ye yaw ema ne yaw ya obi aye o ma wa reacted a
anakora de mi wo kuma obi timi ya mi sa na me de me pan na abon me ba o ma lock me Madina police station 2 times ma bu girl be because me no would di jo abaye na also beji sign na me si o be ma me sign o se a me ka de me beji na me si ma me 10 cedis na o se a ne market wa we na me si o ma me 10 cedis na me si ana e kitwa kita na de bagu na o se me kanu me kana asanfunti na me si oh we asama awuka no me na me sua na ma no bae moja na me so me disua bae no na de na wo be bisa me say na market we na me si me gitensi unim say petrol na me use moja na e wo eni so na me de use asua na ma ti wanja me so me nyae na odi kan ahole me top me so me fa me pan na me de bon na maame abechi me akọ
Rukaya eya but violence is never the answer so wa de na oyema wenije
ne nje bibia
oh but at least once a while or BBC ema wenije
oh by me metimi wo customer bi na oba me customers no ba obi wo ha otimi ma me 100 series 50 series nti that day ne dia otimi wo customer ne de na me ninji pa.
Oh, that's good to hear. Say school in Tina Obaye and Kaye Jumano so a ding. We need that Juma for so.
I'm there, Jumano.
Tell me more.
because school no them my sister no them di nechi no or you nursing school no 2019 no or the suit on omunyam posting nti wa you no wanye obi drugstore bi na okoye adwuma na kakara nti mbeti ma complete aba na ma anya adwuma kakara eye
so who mbaye wa o madress o ma show matari o mko mi adwuma say ofe
eye me fe
nti obayere ho na won so wako school na wa ebi ho ebi mu bebre o mo hwe ade yi hwa na o modwen se o mo so betu kwan aba enkran aba ye kaya adwuma then na obeka kire mbaye wo motese wo a o mo pese o mo ba kra ba ye kaya adwuma
se obi anu no kuma obi wa salas enje obi bae no mo bi se kaya no obi mu se enye obi wa o se eye nti girl bi wa o se oni wo ye kaya na adwuma saa na bra ba ko akoso ya nti mi ti o se enye mami because omumbuye kura ugun ye enyu akola uni ahonde a omubebu musa especially Wednesday and Saturdays enu na yam market na yam ntu timi beso obi nema na odidi wata oye obasabasa utimi sue na mapana uka ago na ogina ho ma wokwan nti wudi usa abo ne pe omubebu nti me de kaya ne de enye me kuma de enye
okay nti echese kaya na woye no school nti na woye enye no anka wonya da ana
uba ka park na yeti oye ma phone yeti ya group yeti mi ti ho na edi komo na obisi mi pese mi yese uba madina ka park na obi mi yue SS obi mi ya hairdressers na obi mi ya tailor masters na makeup masters nti ya hoye dosu na ya kaya sisters na omu wore ni de omu de ukakura osi ode ko hwene ban school nti obi awani na wati wano
then I one of the worst experiences our film as a kaya yo
say ya wana say nkre utimi hu obi no hu nya fenjan ba adwuma na awoye no oye ne hu say onu oye special say chen nti ye wo hono mi utimi obi wa ha obe yaw say o maami saade no eye mi ye papa enye mi maami na esum say mi be ye kaya adwuma no mi na mi pe na mi be ye no ba obi wa ha oni ne be kape oso wo maami wi ya mi maami de mi fanchawo mi chi bibi akura me de bebo because me maami no onu na owu me na mi ti won nti ade na mi na mi pe asam no nti yi ya mi ba obi wa oso maami nko mu krom mu ha ajunu sa na omuka o eti se ukrom ni omu panwa na okom na ebekum na mu bankran no nti obetemi se o maami ohunfi mu ya nipa mu bankran mu frɛ na ntwe ka na mu bankran sa de na ya mi ya bekom nye na ntwe mi ya nipa tse o nti wutimi si o ka se mu frɛ na ntwe ba na ntwe ka na bankran mi chie bibi a mi de bebo because o frɛ mi se mi ya ntwe nti na mi ko frɛ na ntwe ka sa asam ne de mitimi bu obi pa
eya ya tati se kaya for emema hamo wo hia bi sada
ye de ye bebe ya wono ye hia sa papa bi na ni woye ni fie na ni nyina ya block house nti odi ama na etue a week tendency na kiosk no so ya kiosk na bebe ya china no na oho na around no fie kese wo nti ye him nti obinti me wura sa inside no ebeye sa jumana nti enye nyina na sa isam no tue
oh boyfriend
David
oh yeah sure mbema sa opedia
amuka ba dem face no si amisro
sure so benya boyfriend mpachuche mu kakra
na mi 18 to 19 years na me me first break no na me nyem nti me nim sa ade no first na because be man now 33 years no so open nti me no start here no me first time na me be sex no na me ko na omude me ko hospital no musemenya.
Every time I wo ye no only be ma bia en wo hobium.
David,
You've been through a lot. What keeps you going?
me ban me to one or send a papa na frame no or frame nti o kasa kura na me feel
Oba no ntina owo kwa opese oye adwuma na okọ school na ode wa brabo ye bibi na ode hwe no meboa.
see a me ban there me penasam sana on so no pemasam because every morning or the frame and son or school nti o fit one of frame ma me pe hills and nti to skin na to way mama nti o kasa na me sere na me feel say obi na frame nti onu na of frame na me niji.
Rukaya mepese ode hye utim say you are a very good mother. What? Ewiase ne de si ewiase etumi ma ebimu abemubu. Na Rukaya waba haya wabeka wasema kire yen e wo se ode to asum say de waka no ebetumi aboa obi a owo baby foforo. You are a very brave young woman. Na I wish you the best in life. Nyame nhira na onya okese na oma wana oba no kwantenten. Na one day ono oba no wo unya very good ending for when obisa will say, "Mommy, how did we get here?" Thank you, Rukaya, and cheerio, guys.
Before we get started, here's a little something our lawyers insisted we share with you. The thoughts and words and stories of our guests belong solely to them. If you decide to act on anything you hear about today, unless it benefits our guests, or us, or both, please leave us out of it. With that covered, let's jump into the world of how did I get here.
All our savings, we spent it on her. Got the medication alone, the oxygen alone, we spent it. So I was like, God, there's nothing I can do. At that point, I nearly ran away. Yes, because I nearly left her in the hospital. When I look at my husband, I said, my husband is so caring person. I can't leave him in this condition. I called someone that was close to me. I said, please, can you borrow me 50 cedis? The first question she asked me is your husband not there. I shed tears. It hits me so much. It was so embarrassing. Because in this life, people feel when you are married, you have it all. So you don't need to be asking and those things. The thing hit me. I was like, no, I can't take it anymore. It's okay.
Hello, Joyce.
Hi.
You're welcome to How Did I Get Here?
Thank you so much.
It's great meeting you.
Nice meeting you too.
Shall we begin?
Sure.
Fantastic. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
My name is Joyce Atomehe. I'm a fitness instructor, mother of 3, and married to a teacher. I'm a half Ghanaian and then half Nigerian. I love singing. I love playing football, volleyball, and eventually I church at Winners Chapel International. I live in Kaswa, and I eventually married a Ghanaian. So because of that, I'm here staying with him. So that is what I can say for me.
Being both Ghanaian and Nigerian, can you tell us a little bit about that part of your life and how you ended up choosing to live in Ghana?
Okay, so let me say eventually I was born in Ghana. We are 5. I have 4 siblings, including me, making 5. So I'm the last born, 2 boys and then 3 girls. So when I was small, when my dad died, that was when my mom brought us to Ghana. So we live our whole life in Ghana. I school here. So after school, I came to Kaswa. I was living in the Volta region with my mom. So after school, I came to Kaswa, staying with my elderly sister. So when I was there, hustling for job and to get job. So that was how come I met my husband, and we started dating and then courting and eventually got married and then have beautiful kids.
What do you do for work?
For now, I'm not working. For the past 4 years now, I'm not working because of my daughter that I gave birth to. She's diagnosed with cerebral palsy, and then Harris's-Curtis with high fever and then seizures. So because of that, she's the main reason why I'm able to work again, because I can't take her around to the gym, to the stations for training the people. So I have to sit at home taking care of her, because I can't carry her all around, going up and down, because taking care of them, their condition, it demands time. You have to have all the necessary time for them to take care of them. So that is the main reason why I'm in the house, not working, taking care of her.
Your decision to stay home and take care of your child is one that is admirable. Can you tell us a bit more about it?
The condition actually is it's very high. It's very difficult to take care of a special child. At first, when I gave birth to her, she came with the skin, the face hole was like kind of an animal. So when she came, I was like, dog, this is not a normal human being I've given birth to. They were like, oh, it's normal when you, after bathing the child will be okay. And I said, oh, no, this is not a child. This is not a baby that I'm carrying. This is a different thing altogether, because the whole eyes, you couldn't figure out the eyes were. So later we have to be rushed to the hospital. So when we got to the hospital, they said she's normal. So it's normal with babies, so she'll be okay. And I said, okay. So I came home because that's a first-time mom. So we were trying to handle her. The skin started peeling because of the skin looks like kind of lizard. So we started peeling off. What is going on? So that was on the 8th day. Unfortunately, on the 8th day, we realized that she had jaundice. The skin turned very yellow. I mean yellow. And then immediately started running temperature as high as 41. So we quickly have to rush her to the hospital. So when we got there, they have to put her under the phototherapy to run some tests on her. It's just that unfortunately they couldn't get her veins to exchange blood for her, so she was just left like that and were discharged back home. So when I got home, it was so difficult, because you've given birth to a baby and you really want to have your child, playing with the child and doing all those kind, but I couldn't get that time, because always you have to wrap the baby. No one has to see the child because of the way the skin was. And that time my mom and my husband really stood with me. My mom used to say something. He said, you can never know someone's capability until the person gets to a particular point in life where it looks as if there is no hope. That is where you can know. So when I got out, I was like, my mom stood with me. So the skin started peeling off, and the discharge, there were a whole lot of discharge from the head to the toe. It was, the description is just like, morikoko. That is how the whole thing was. So it was smelling. Really, really smelling. So first, I didn't even pay attention to it. It was my mom was like, it was like, Joyce, did you realize something? I said, Mom, what? She said, take note. I don't want to say it. So that was when I realized that my daughter is smelling. The discharge was just too much. When you carry if I carry my daughter, you see the discharge all over the dress. So it got to a time we don't have to wear her in the dress again. We just wrap her in a cloth, holding her because of the heat, always running temperature. So when she was 3 months, we realized that always the hands always curve at the back. She wasn't stable. She was not stable. Sitting down, Mom, what's going on? She was like, she doesn't know what's going on. She has given birth before, but this one looks strange to her. So I left her and I came back to, I gave birth at her place. So I came to my husband's place. So 4 or 5 months, we realized that no. Always by then, too, I didn't know what was seizure. I didn't know that this is called seizure. So she was seizuring. When she's actually seizuring, when you're in the next room, you could hear her voice seizuring, the tongue coming out, the whole eyes, the whole body. We took her to one of the hospital, and then when we got there, by then she was 7 months. So they said, Madam, we did some analysis, and then we realized that your child has cerebral palsy. I was like, what is cerebral palsy? Because I have no idea what cerebral palsy was. I don't know what is it. So they explained. So to me, I thought it was something normal that maybe later on, a month later, a week later, it will be over. Not knowing. So it got to a point, the seizure became so high. Every day, temperature 41. So we have to always put her inside water. So we were rushed to another hospital. And then that was how she was admitted in the hospital for 3 months. We slept in the hospital for 3 months. Seizuring, and then she lost oxygen. She couldn't breathe. So they have to put oxygen on her, sustaining her to come back. And then all of a sudden, we realized that she started passing stool. Watery stool was just passing like that. So the doctor was like, they gave me a notice and said, Madam, this one dear, your child, you have to pray. And I was like, pray for what? I don't believe my child is going. She's not going anywhere because I won't let her go. It was like, it's normal with children like this. They normally pass out at early stage. So that's, and I said, okay. So to me, the only thing I believe in is God. So I started praying, and then I always anoint her. So we always there in the hospital, 3 months, getting to 4 months. No, what's going on? So later on, the thing came down, and then we were discharged. We came home. That very day we got home, the night, it became so severe again. So we have to be rushed back to the hospital. We were also in the hospital for so many months. And it got to a point where I realized that no, this is a situation I need to deal with so serious. The skin too was peeling, uncontrollable, seriously. And financially we were down. All our savings, we spent it on her. Got the medication alone, the oxygen alone, we spent it. So I was like, God, there's nothing I can do. At that point, I nearly ran away. Yes. Because I nearly left her in the hospital. Because I'm like, I turned, and my family too were not that stable, So I said, no. This was a thought that was just coming, just leave her. And I was like, no. When I look at my husband, I said, my husband is so caring person. I can't leave him in this condition. So that challenge was in my mind, leave. This one said, don't go. This one said, leave. I was like, no. So I stood and I called one of my pastors. I said, Joyce, this is your test. You need to pass it. So just stand with this child. So that was how come I stood. And miraculously, the hospital there, one of the doctors came. She was like, woman, I've seen what you're going through. I want to be of help to you. So her medication, she was the one who took care of her medication. So a week later, we were still in the hospital. So the thing became so much. Now, you can't, when someone is helping you, you don't have to be putting pressure on the person or that. So I just had enough. I said, no, this one there is enough. So I told one of the doctor if they can discharge us so that we come home. So we came home, and then we were handling the whole issue on ourselves. The situation became so hard again. We were referred to another hospital. So we came to a different hospital. There, I had no choice. So I was like, I'm on Facebook. I see people seek for help. So why wouldn't I try? That was my first time stepping out to ask for help. It was so embarrassing. So much embarrassing to, go on Facebook, your face, you put your daughter picture there seeking for help. So by then I have to. So I did a video, my first time shoot. I didn't even tell my husband. So I did a shoot and I was like, I need help. And that day when you see me, it was like I lost weight. I became so slim, like, you know. So I'm like, I need help. This is my daughter. This is what she's going through. So people started mocking me, like people said, hey, Joyce, we know you. What's going on? This. So people who support, and those who also mocked at me. But I never gave up. So when the help came, we used that for her medication and other things.
When you put yourself out there like that, by any chance did you encounter people that you knew from your past, like your peers, your schoolmates, people that you know?
Oh yes, many of them. My mates, I encounter a lot of them. And where the shame came was, you know, someone you went to school with and then they are in a position and you also have your goals, you want to achieve this particular thing, and then you stuck at one place because of your child. It was when I saw it, and whenever they called me, they said, Joyce, is this you going through this? It pierced me. It's like it's so hurting. Serious. Seeing your mates, all of you went to school, many of them having kids, you know, in a position that you dreamt of having, and then you stuck at one place. You can't just imagine.
How old is your daughter?
She's 3 years, getting to 4 years. She can't walk. She can't talk. She can't sit. She can't do anything. Eventually, even eat it. So the only food she sustained on is Cerelac. That is her only food. It got to a point we have to do surgery for her. But with prayers, and you know, she was diagnosed with an ear impediment. She couldn't hear. So we have to solicit funds to buy an ear aid for her. But I joined one platform called Alpha Hour. That was when I joined, and through prayers and anointing her, miraculously, the ear opened. And that is a shock to even the person who did the examining on her. So she could hear. It's just that the only thing, she can't walk, she can't sit, she can't do anything. So imagine the pressure. Carrying her always, backing her. And one of the most difficult parts is for her to smile. It got to a time, you see this hair, I just cut it last year, October. I have to do dreadlocks because of her. And she was my inspiration for doing that. You know why? I realized that whenever you are playing with her and you are shaking your head, it makes her laugh. Even when she's having seizures, it will just stop. So I did that. So always you see me shaking my hair. Sometimes I hope like that kind of aggressive play. And that's what she liked. But I go to a time and said, no. The money you have to be using to even do the dreadlocks, overlocking it. If I use that money to buy medication for you, it will help. So I have to just cut it. So I told her that, you see, I've cut this hair. It's not because of, I don't want you to be happy, but because of money. And where we have gotten to, if I communicate to her, she will understand. She knows if I'm in pain, when I'm sad, she knows. She really knows. Yes.
Joyce, you mentioned your husband didn't know the first time that you were asking for funds from the public. So what was his reaction the first time he found out?
For the first time when he saw it, and he was, I would say he was sad, or he was actually sad. Let me use the word sad, because to that extent, to go to Facebook to beg for even what to eat, even got to a point, even ourselves, what we even eat in the house was something. So when he saw you, he was like, Jay, what? And I was like, you should understand me. Even me as a woman, it's shameful to me as a woman to go to public to be asking for help. But I just forget about who I am as a woman. But I want the best for my child. So I told him that anything I can do except selling my body out, I will do it for my child to be okay. So he understood me. So he actually, he doesn't like the post. Whenever I post it, he doesn't want to watch it because it's so shameful. You understand? And his mates seeing it and all that thing. But eventually he understands, even till today. That's what we do to seek for help. And I want to stop because help is not even coming anymore, okay? Eventually do it, you do the video, people, at the point people were insulting me. They said, oh, you asked, you do this for yourself, and I said no. So one day I got so angry. So I have to do a very live video, carrying my child. And people saw it by then. Me even sitting here was grace. Myself, I nearly left. Yes. And my child, on several occasions, even this, her birthday, this January, she nearly left. She was going. When he said she was turning blue, the seizures, the skin turned so. When you see the picture, you can't stand, you can't be it. You say that, no, is it this child? And the skin was so unimaginable. It's just that it's so painful to have a child like this taken care of if you don't have the finance support.
Children are precious, each in their very own way, and you've mentioned you have some really dark times. Do those dark times involve any regrets at all?
The answer is no, I've not regretted. Because one of the things I've realized this child does to me is whenever I'm sad, she has a particular smile she gives. I don't know, and it's just like this, lightning, how light shines. Even if you carry her, you will feel it when she gives you that smile. I don't know how it happened. So whenever I see that smile, it makes me understand that I've not regretted having her as my child. And she has been a blessing to me. And one of the things she has caused me to know more is God. First, I thought I was prayerful, but she came into my life. She made me to know God more, to have time for God. That is one of the things, that is the best gift she has given me, to know God more.
The funny thing about life is that we all end up in the grave, but it's the beginning and the journey that is different for everybody. When would you say it fully settled in your head, the circumstances that you currently are in?
Okay, so that was last year when our landlady called us that her money for rent and the money we were having, we were supposed to use it to pay the rent. But because of her medication, her seizure medication, which is very costly, we have to use that money to buy us. Like, no. So if we should be sacked here, where are we going? That was the point the thing hit me so much. I said no. So if I were not to have this condition, this wouldn't happen. But now this is the situation. And at that particular moment, there was not even food to eat. I'm telling you. Yes. And I called someone that was close to me. I said, please, can you borrow me 50 cedis? The first question she asked me is, your husband not there? I shed tears. It hits me so much. It was so embarrassing. Because, in this life, people feel when you are married, you have it all. So you don't need to be asking on those things. The thing hit me. I was like, no, I can't take it anymore. It's okay. So that was when I just... this was...
What are the doctors now saying about her illness, and what are your plans towards that?
Okay, so for the doctor's plan, for now, eventually we're going to almost 4 hospitals. The big hospitals we should know about. They can't. They said there is nothing that can be done. Last year we were supposed to even take her to the US for treatment, but the money they mentioned was so huge, so we couldn't. So right now, my stand here is, I say doctors have given up on her, but I have not given up on her. I see her very soon being made whole. So I'm not going to take care of her as a sick person or as such condition, because there is not only one condition she's going through, 4 conditions at the same time, one person. So my plan now is, I love fitness. That is what I love doing, and I'm going to pursue it. And aside that, establish myself in certain things because now when you have a child with cerebral palsy and you are even selling something, people don't want to buy. Because I've tried it. Yes, people don't want to buy your things. And you see sometimes mothers even complaining. They don't want to buy. So I actually planned of going back to my fitness if it will cause me to even carry her there or even do it online. However, I just have to do it because I wish I can even carry on my head to sell because I've tried it before. That is the point. I wish I can carry it to go and sell, but I can't, and the other brother too. So that is my plan for now. Just seeing her made whole, then I continue my life. But apart from that, it means eventually I'm going to sit at home taking care of her for the rest of. But apart from that, my faith tells me she'll be fine.
Did your daughter's illness have any impact on your marriage?
Let me say, that point, since the whole thing started, the new life started, we started having arguments because of the stress. But this one is stress, this one is also stress. You see, it started showing worse, but God in His own ways, we try to, put things in place not to. And where sometimes it affects is my stepson. I have a stepson where sometimes the whole shout goes on him. So you see, eventually the whole thing pressure is going to him. And at a point, it nearly cost our marriage. But I thank the Almighty God for sustaining us because I am blessed to have such a man. If not by the grace of God, he would have left me long ago because of the condition. Because most women, their husbands are no more with them. But me, I'm fortunate. I'm blessed to have him again with me. And he has been very supportive because sometimes he goes to school early by 6. He has to take care of her and I have to take care of the other one. He will be stressed. Come back. He has to help me because I too, when I'm in the house, I have to carry something. I have to carry Makafu here, carry the small one here, feeding the two of them at the same time. At a point, I have to break down. But with that love supporting me, it's keeping us going.
You are a brave and courageous woman for what you've been through and for what you continue to do for your daughter. And there are a lot of people that are watching you right now who are also going through a similar situation and wondering, what to do next with themselves. What words of encouragement do you have for such people?
Okay, so what I can say now is, anyone watching me right now, before you want to give up on your life, watch me, because I've not given up. Because having a child suffering from 4 conditions at the same time and still standing with God, you shouldn't give up. At a point, you feel like even killing yourself. You feel like running away. You feel like running from everybody. You want to be alone. But just watch yourself. If you are still breathing, that gives you hope. And that is enough for you to give the best to your life. Because you might kill yourself, but life still goes on. By you killing yourself doesn't mean that the situation is over. Someone is still going on the same thing what you are facing. So never give up. Keep on, strive hard. And one of the words encouragement I can give you is keep the word of God inside of you, because it never breaks. And one of the scripture that keeps me going is Jeremiah 23:29. He said his word is like a hammer. It's like a fire that breaks every rock into pieces. So that word always keeps me going. And that is what has brought me to this far. If not, I would have given up. So don't give up. There is hope. And the future is bright with Christ if only you accept Him into your heart. That's all I can say.
Thank you so very much for those words of encouragement, Joyce.
You're welcome.
And I hope and I pray that your circumstances do get better.
Amen.
And what you have done here is phenomenal, sharing your story the way you have. Thank you, and thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
This show seeks to remind us that everyone has a story, and these stories can offer wisdom, provoke thought, provide comfort and community, and in the case of Joyce, remind you that if you win the battle today, then you live to fight for tomorrow. The ultimate aim is to inspire and educate, and also highlight the remarkable human capacity for growth and adaptation, because life twists and turns can lead to unexpected destinations where we'll definitely ask ourselves, how did I get here? Cheerio, guys.
Supported by Order and Ease Delivery Only Restaurant and short professional courses from the League of